This is the Fifth Estate, coming to you from the Fort Hall School of Government in Nairobi, Kenya, and Professor Mutahi Ngunyi. We have said it in the past on this channel. You cannot buy a Kikuyu. You can only rent one. Wamunyoro is now broke. He cannot afford rent. Now there is a new tenant in town called Ruto. And that should explain the huge crowds he attracted this week in his visit to the mountain. But is this really true? Were these crowds on the street because of rent? We have a contrary opinion. Did you know the meaning of the Kasongo song translated from Lingala? Kasongo had left his beautiful wife in the village and disappeared into the city. She suspected that he had a babe somewhere. And so, the wife hooked up with this ugly fellow with bad breath. After 2 years, she wanted to end her useless life. But she wrote a love letter to her beloved Kasongo, saying that she is dying slowly. In this Lingala song, she was begging Kasongo to come back to the marriage and save her. And this is the story of Ruto and Kikuyus. The two were lovers. Then Kasongo disappeared suspiciously for 2 years, and Gachagua became the new ugly lover to Kasongo's wife.
Now Kasongo has returned to the marriage with gifts and goodies. But the wife has two complications. One, she wanted to end her useless life. Then she remembered that you never know what you have until you lose it. She remembered her lover Kasongo fondly after she lost him. That is why she wrote a letter asking him to come back to the marriage. But here is the complication. Will Kasongo disappear to the city again, or will he stay? Is he back in the marriage to stay? The second complication is the ugly guy she hooked up with. The guy who poisoned her mind against Kasongo. And the guy is now broke, but he is a Kikuyu with zero romance. How does Kasongo's wife ditch him? And the answer is simple. Kasongo romanced the Kikuyus alone. Fact. Wamunyoro was only invited as a best man at the wedding. And he was invited because he had the gift of insulting Uhuru Kenyatta. Fact. Now he has poisoned the Kikuyus. He has told them to leave government, but he is not telling them where he is taking them. Will Kikuyus ditch this useless and broke political Casanova? The answer is a resounding yes, so long as Kasongo stays.
Kikuyus aside, here is the beef the rest of the country has with Ruto. We are like this 10-year-old girl going from Nairobi to Western Kenya in a matatu. On reaching Westlands, the girl got up from her seat and walked to the driver and asked, "Tumefika Naivasha?" The driver answered, "Bado." When they reached Kangemi, the girl walked to the driver again and asked, "Tumefika Naivasha?" The driver screamed, "Not yet." But he promised to alert the girl when they reach Naivasha. And with this promise, the girl slept. On reaching Naivasha, the matatu driver forgot and drove on for 30 minutes. Then the girl accidentally woke up and asked, "Tumefika Naivasha?" At this point, the driver was devastated. He quickly made a U-turn and drove back in the opposite direction towards Naivasha. When he arrived, he told the girl, "Sasa tuko Naivasha." Then the girl removed a sandwich from her bag and started eating it. Asked what she was doing, she replied, "My mother told me that I can only eat my sandwich when we reach Naivasha." At this point, the angry driver asked the girl, "Where are you going?" Then the girl answered, "I am going to Kakamega." This is the story of Kenyans and their impatience with Ruto.
In only 29 months as president, Kenyans are asking Ruto, tumefika Naivasha. They are impatient. And like the matatu driver in this story, the innocent girl is impatient. And Ruto, the driver, is irritated. But the president should not be irritated by impatient Kenyans. Like the little girl in this story, what Kenyans are asking for is a sign of when they should eat their sandwich. They are not asking Ruto when he will reach Kakamega, because they know it is far. They just want a sign that Ruto is on course. And if he is on course, they can do their business as usual, like eating a sandwich in Naivasha without a worry. But Ruto is moving faster than his passengers. This is why he had to do a U-turn for Kikuyus this week. He had passed Naivasha and stayed away too long. We have 2 points to make. 1, if Kenyans are impatient, it is because they want predictability. They are going all the way to Kakamega, but they are using Naivasha as a short-term sign. 2, if Kasongo, a lover desired by his wife and begged to return home to his Kikuyu wife, Ruto must not disappear again. The ugly Casanova from Murima is still hovering around.